The Meta visibility filter is still classifying your content right now, and the FTC can't stop it. Your posts, your reels, your stories, each one assigned a score you'll never see, fed into a system Meta has never publicly disclosed. They were investigated. They said it didn't exist. It's still running. Today I'm showing you the internal framework they call visibility quality enforcement. Meta built what they internally call a content integrity layer, a quality scoring system that sits beneath the public algorithm. Officially, it exists to reduce misinformation, spam, and coordinated inauthentic behavior. That's the public story. The patents tell a different one. Filed between 2019 and 2022, Meta describes a machine learning pipeline that assigns every piece of content a persistent visibility score, updated in real time, tied to your account's permanent identifier, and completely invisible to you. They call it quality enforcement. It applies to pages, profiles, creators, and ordinary accounts alike. It doesn't require a policy violation to trigger. And it directly affects your reach, your recommendations, and whether the platform surfaces your content at all. Here's what it's actually doing. Every post you publish triggers a telemetry handshake, a silent exchange between your content and Meta's classifier within seconds of publication. Classifier pulls signals: engagement velocity, your account's behavioral history, the graph of your followers' past activity, prior content scores, and something Meta's engineers documented as narrative proximity, how close your content sits to topics the system has internally flagged as sensitive. That score determines your organic reach ceiling. Not a shadow ban, not a removal. A ceiling. Your post exists. People can find it if they search directly, but the distribution engine won't push it. No notification arrives. No appeal prompt appears. No policy violation is cited, just silence. Your post count looks normal. Your analytics page loads normally. The only signal is that your reach quietly collapsed with no audit trail you can access. And that classification is permanently tied to your account's persistent identifier. It follows you. In 2023, a bipartisan congressional coalition demanded Meta explain its content demotion practices. Meta's testimony was technically precise. The company does not shadowban users. That statement was accurate. They don't use that word internally. The documented term is distribution adjustment, triggered by an integrity quality signal. The FTC flagged this language during a consent order review. The European Data Protection Board issued a formal inquiry under Article 22 of GDPR, the provision that gives users the right to contest automated decisions that affect them. Meta submitted a formal response. The EDPB accepted it. The visibility scoring system kept running. The regulator asked for transparency. Meta delivered paperwork, and it's still running. Here's the mechanism that makes it untouchable. The visibility score is not a decision. Legally, that distinction is everything. An automated decision under GDPR, under the EU Digital Services Act, under FTC guidelines, requires disclosure, a right to explanation, and a path to contest. A quality signal that informs a recommendation engine is classified as a technical parameter, not a decision. Meta's legal architecture understood this precisely. The classifier doesn't decide to reduce your reach. It produces a score. A separate recommendation engine makes the distribution call. Two systems, two steps. No single automated decision with a named, contestable mechanism. That is the loophole. Article 22 applies to decisions that significantly affect a person. Meta's position is that reach adjustment doesn't significantly affect you. Your content still exists. No rights were violated. Nothing was removed. The Digital Services Act requires systemic risk assessments. Meta submitted one. It covered misinformation and illegal content. It did not classify reach suppression as a systemic risk category. The FTC consent decree targets data privacy, not algorithmic visibility. The congressional inquiry was non-binding. And here's the part nobody reported. The regulatory bodies that reviewed this already knew the loophole existed. They saw the framework. They accepted it. And it's still running. Right now, the same moment you first heard that word, classifying, your account's persistent identifier is attached to a score you have no legal mechanism to retrieve. You cannot see it. You cannot request it. Meta is not required to disclose it under any current enforcement framework. If you've ever posted about a politically sensitive topic, a health claim, a financial product, or a religious subject, your content entered a flagged narrative proximity cluster. Your score was updated. Your reach ceiling may have permanently shifted. The appeal interface Meta shows you, the one for removed content, does not apply here. Nothing was removed. Nothing was violated. The system simply stopped amplifying you. And if you created a new page linked to the same email, the same phone number, or the same tracking pixel on your website, the persistent identifier carried over, the score transferred, the ceiling followed. So here's the question I can't answer. Who benefits from a reach suppression system that regulators have reviewed, understood, and declined to dismantle? Not advertisers, demotion of organic reach drives paid promotion spending. Not you lost the distribution you built over years. The only party that consistently benefits from a ceiling nobody can contest is the platform collecting the revenue every time you decide to boost the post instead.